If you've ever felt unstable during sports, dealt with nagging groin pain, or noticed your back compensating during simple movements, there's a 99% chance you've never heard of the one exercise that could fix all of it. It's called the Copenhagen plank, and in 30 days, it completely changes how your body moves and feels from the inside out. Studies show that 80% of people can't properly activate their adductor muscles, yet these same muscles control hip stability and prevent lower back compensation. And when you fix this one weakness, everything else falls into place. Let's break down what really happens over a 30-day period and why this seemingly simple isometric hold might be the missing link your body's been desperately searching for. The Copenhagen plank is arguably the most effective way to build what I call your inner armor. When you lift your body into that challenging side position, you're activating the adductor complex, three powerful muscles on your inner thigh that most people have never properly trained in their entire lives. We're talking about the adductor magnus, adductor longus, and adductor brevis. These aren't just groin muscles, they're dynamic stabilizers that control pelvic positioning, hip function, and even influence how your spine aligns during movement. This isn't just gym theory. Research shows that Copenhagen planks produce significantly higher adductor activation than traditional exercises like squats or lunges. We're talking about muscles that have been essentially asleep for years, suddenly getting a wake-up call that reverberates through your entire movement system. That's the difference between feeling unstable during lateral movements and having the rock-solid foundation of someone who moves with complete confidence. Your adductors are like the forgotten support beams of a building. When they're weak, everything above starts to compensate and eventually break down. Of course, strong adductors can't do their job if your hip stability is compromised. Unstable hips are the Achilles heel of athletic performance and pain-free living. If your pelvis can't maintain proper alignment during movement, your body will find a way to compensate, usually by overworking your hip flexors, stressing your lower back, or creating knee problems. It's like trying to shoot a cannon from a canoe. Sure, you'll make noise, but you won't hit your target, and you'll probably capsize in the process. The Copenhagen plank directly attacks this instability by forcing your entire hip complex to work as one integrated unit. Your adductors pull your leg toward your midline, while your glutes and deep hip rotators provide counter stability. Meanwhile, your core has to fire on all cylinders to keep your torso from collapsing. Studies demonstrate that this exercise significantly improves eccentric hip adduction strength. That's your muscle's ability to control lengthening under tension. This translates directly to better movement control during activities that involve cutting, pivoting, or any lateral motion. In biomechanics terms, you're building what's called dynamic stability, the ability to maintain control while your body moves through space. That small improvement creates a monumental shift in how efficiently you move and how much stress gets transferred to vulnerable areas like your knees and lower back. Now, before we dive into the core integration benefits, I want to let you know that Copenhagen planks are incredibly powerful, but they're just one piece of the puzzle. If you want a complete step-by-step system that addresses every area where your body needs healing and rebuilding, I created the Rewired Body Blueprint, specifically for people dealing with years of accumulated stiffness and pain. This comprehensive guide combines targeted exercises, movement therapy, and nervous system resets to undo decades of wear and tear in just 5 weeks. You'll find the link in the description below. A lot of people hear core training and immediately think of planks and crunches, but true core strength isn't about how long you can hold a standard plank. It's about training your midsection to work as an integrated system under challenging, unstable conditions. The Copenhagen plank forces your obliques, rectus abdominis, and deep stabilizing muscles to work overtime in ways they never experienced during traditional ab exercises. Your bottom side oblique has to fire intensely to lift your torso and maintain alignment, while your entire core system learns to create stability in an inherently unstable position. Research indicates that Copenhagen planks produce some of the highest trunk muscle activation of any exercise, rivaling or exceeding traditional core exercises. But here's what makes it different. Instead of training your core in isolation, you're teaching it to function as part of a complete kinetic chain. This translates to a more resilient midsection that actually protects you during real-world movements. Whether you're carrying groceries, playing sports, or simply getting out of bed, your core learns to anticipate and respond to unstable demands automatically. Here's where Copenhagen planks become genuinely life-changing for many people. Groin injuries are among the most common and frustrating problems in athletics, but they're also surprisingly prevalent in everyday life. That sharp pain when you step sideways, the nagging discomfort after sitting for hours, or the fear of pulling something during recreational activities. These are often symptoms of weak, poorly conditioned adductors. The Copenhagen plank specifically targets the adductor longus, the muscle most commonly injured in groin strains. But it doesn't just strengthen this muscle, it conditions it to handle lengthened positions under tension, which is exactly how most groin injuries occur. A landmark study followed soccer players through an entire season and found that those who performed Copenhagen plank progressions reduced their risk of groin problems by 41%. That's not just statistical noise, that's a dramatic, real-world impact on injury prevention. Think about it. One exercise that takes less than a minute to perform can potentially save you months of pain, rehabilitation, and lost training time. For weekend warriors and desk workers alike, this represents a massive return on investment. Beyond injury prevention, Copenhagen planks unlock a type of strength that most training completely ignores: lateral power transfer. Your adductors don't just move your leg toward your midline, they're critical for transferring force between your legs during activities like running, jumping, and changing direction. When you push off with one leg, your opposite side adductors help stabilize your pelvis and transfer that force efficiently through your kinetic chain. Weak adductors mean energy leaks, which translates to slower sprint times, lower jump heights, and less powerful cuts and pivots. This is why Copenhagen planks have become a secret weapon in professional sports. They're not just about preventing injury, they're about unlocking performance that was always there but couldn't be accessed due to weak links in the chain. Even if you're not an athlete, this strength carries over to everyday activities. Climbing stairs becomes more efficient, maintaining balance on uneven surfaces becomes automatic, and that feeling of being light on your feet returns. Weekend basketball games, playing catch with your kids, or even just stepping sideways to avoid something on the sidewalk will feel more controlled and confident. You'll move with the kind of stability you had in your 20s. Just knowing the benefits isn't enough. Performing Copenhagen planks correctly requires attention to details that most people miss, and this is where beginners often get frustrated and quit before the magic happens. The most common mistake is going too advanced too quickly. Your ego wants to set up with your legs straight on a high bench, but if your hips immediately flex into a banana shape and you're shaking uncontrollably after 5 seconds, you're not training your adductors. You're just struggling to survive. Start with your setup matching your actual strength level. Use a lower surface, like a couch or ottoman. Keep your top knee bent if needed. The goal isn't to look impressive, it's to maintain perfect alignment while actually challenging the target muscles. Your body should form a straight line from head to toe, with your hips extended and your torso proud. If you can't hold the isometric position cleanly for at least 15 to 20 seconds, regress until you can. Quality over ego, always. The second critical error is holding your breath like you're diving underwater. This isn't a breath-holding contest, it's a strength exercise. Learn to breathe rhythmically while maintaining tension. If you can't breathe normally, you're either going too advanced or gripping too hard. Finally, don't ignore progression. Start with static holds of 20 to 30 seconds, focusing on perfect form. Once you can hold the position cleanly for 45 to 60 seconds, progress to dynamic versions, where you lower and lift your body and bottom leg in controlled repetitions. Make Copenhagen planks stick by integrating them strategically into your existing routine, rather than treating them as another workout to squeeze into your schedule. This no-equipment exercise can be done anywhere, making it perfect for busy schedules. Start with 2 sessions per week, performing 2 to 3 sets of 20 to 30-second holds per side. Focus entirely on setup and form during your first 2 weeks. Your adductors might cramp initially. This is normal and will resolve as they adapt to the new demands. Progress systematically. Week 3. Extend holds to 30 to 45 seconds. Week 4. Aim for 45 to 60 seconds. By week 5, start experimenting with dynamic repetitions or more challenging setups. The key is consistency, not intensity. 3 perfect 30-second holds, twice per week, will produce better results than sporadic attempts at advanced variations that compromise your form. Pro tip: use them as a movement snack during your day. While watching TV, set up for a Copenhagen plank during commercial breaks. Before your regular workout, use them as part of your warm-up to activate your lateral chain. The exercise is equipment minimal enough to fit almost anywhere. By day 30, the changes will be undeniable if you've stayed consistent. Your hip stability will feel dramatically improved. You'll notice it first during activities that require lateral movement or single-leg balance. That wobbly feeling when stepping sideways or reaching across your body will be replaced by solid, controlled movement. Your core strength won't just be numbers on a test. It will show up as improved posture during long sitting sessions and less fatigue during daily activities that require trunk stability. Many people report that chronic lower back discomfort begins to fade as their deep stabilizers learn to function properly. Athletic activities that involve cutting, pivoting, or lateral movement will feel more controlled and powerful. Weekend basketball games, recreational soccer, or even just playing with your kids in the yard will showcase a type of strength and stability you didn't realize you were missing. This isn't magic, and everyone's body responds differently. But by consistently challenging your adductors and training your core under unstable conditions, you're fundamentally rewiring your movement patterns for more efficient, resilient, and powerful function. The Copenhagen plank proves that sometimes the most overlooked exercises produce the most dramatic results. Your adductors have been waiting decades for this kind of attention. Give them 30 days, and they'll transform how your entire body moves and feels. Now drop into position and discover what your inner thighs have been capable of all along.